Good morning. I'm Brenda with Native Roots Salsa Company. Welcome to my kitchen. This morning, we're going to do some jalapeno cheese grits and poached eggs. We're going to use our Native Roots Salsa Company queso. We have a yellow queso with pico ingredients. It's mild, or we have our white queso, which is green chilies and serranos. Now I'm going to bump the heat up a little bit by adding some serrano to my grits and then making a quick little pico to go on the top. But this ought to be fun, so come cook with me. Come get some yum. I'm going to quickly go over our ingredients this morning. We're using some quick grits. You can do these in the microwave if you would like. I'm going to do mine on the stove, and a little chicken stock that's going to ramp the flavor up even more. So I'm cooking for two today. Got a half a cup of grits. I'm going to use 2 cups of chicken stock and a pinch of salt. With the recipes on the back of the grits. We've also got our green onions for a garnish. Got a little bit of my cilantro and white onion topping left. 4 eggs, a couple of extra green onions, and some leftover red onion and serrano and tomato that I'm going to use to make a little quick pico to go on top of this after we are done. I've got my chicken stock heating up on the stove, and we've got our water for the poached eggs heating up as well. We'll take you around to the stove so you can get a better idea of how to prepare it when we get to that point. But let's go ahead and cut up a couple of green onions and make our pico. And it is going to be a small amount, so hopefully that cup will be big enough. But I've got half of aroma. Just going to go in and slice it and dice it just like I would an onion. And you really want a sharp knife for tomatoes, or use a serrated knife. I love these knives. I get them at Sam's. They're in the restaurant cookware section. I can't remember the brand, but I've had these knives for probably 10 years. And I just love the way they feel. They're nicely balanced. They've got a spot here, an indentation for my thumb and my forefinger. They are sharp as all get out. They will get dull, but they're easy to sharpen. And the best part is they're dishwasher safe. I have a really nice German knife. It's a great knife, but overall, this one fits my hand better, and it is easier to care for, and it's just as sharp. So we've got our tomatoes done here. I'm going to throw these back in the bowl. And then we'll chop these onions up. Now I'm going to double duty these onions. No. So let's go ahead and give them a little cross cut here. Turn them. Food's flying. You know we're cooking. Let me go ahead and do one more. Alright, onion is done. Because I do have a little bit of the white onion So I'm going to split this little serrano down in half. I'm going to turn it by a quarter and cut it again. I'm not going to deseed it. I like that heat. So then I'm going to just dice up the serrano. Super easy. We're going to add this to our dish. I'm going to go ahead and dump down the rest of my cilantro and white onion. And we're going to add a little salt. And I forgot to get out the lime juice, so I'm going to run and get that real quick. Let's grab our salt. Turn that chicken stock down. So, half a teaspoon maybe. Maybe. I know you can get your hands on fresh squeezed lime juice at Central Market, H-E-B, Whole Foods. I get mine at a restaurant supply store. And this is fresh squeezed lime juice. So put a little bit in there. Let me grab a spoon out of my cabinet. And we'll stir that up. And let this sit and combine. You can go heavier on the cilantro. I just thought I would use what I had already cut. So that part's done. Got our green onion garnish already. Hopefully you can see the chicken stock. I've got it up to a simmer. I am going to add some salt. You always want to add salt to whatever liquid you're using for grits because that's the only opportunity you have to salt them. So here's my half cup. I'm going to pour and whisk at the same time. So hopefully get any big lumps, and then we're gonna let this come back to a boil. Keep it moving because we don't want anything to stick. It's gonna take 5 minutes or so to cook. And we've got it up to a nice boil. And you know, I did follow the directions on the back of the grits package, but if I don't like the consistency, I'll throw a few more grits in there if I need to, or a little more liquid if it's the other way around. But we're going to see how this is going to thicken it for us. Now I am going to throw some queso in there. The queso has milk in it. I am still going to put a little butter in the grits, not too much, but the milk is going to give us some extra liquid. I think I'm going to throw a few more grits in this. And I'm just going to do it by hand. Maybe another quarter cup. Yeah, it feels a little better. So, and this is going to splatter, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. It just got me, and I didn't say a bad word. That's why you want to keep it moving. Otherwise, it's going to pop you. I've also got my water for the eggs simmering over here. I do not want that at a rolling boil. I just want it at a low simmer. going to cut those off. Now I'm going to add in my queso. Add in as much cheese as you want. I want my grits cheesy. So I'm going to add probably about a cup, half of one of these pints. Give that a good stir. Now, the queso has garlic, it's got a little coriander in it, it's got the cheese, the green chilies. So this is going to give us a nice cheesy base, and they are not super thick, so you're not eating a block. They're going to be nice and creamy. They're going to continue to cook while they're sitting here. So while these are sitting here, we're going to go ahead and get started on the eggs. I've got my water simmering. I'm going to put a little splash of vinegar in there. Not too much. I'm just using white vinegar for this. Nothing special. The only thing I do want to do is break them into a cup and pour them in, just in case there's something in the eggs that I don't like. I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit. Here's egg number one. Get it real close to the water, drop it down in. And last egg. All right. So I'm going to set up a little towel over here so I can, when I dip these out, I can blot some of the excess water off of them. I'm going to grab a clean kitchen towel. And like I said, I really don't want these to boil. I'm going to set a timer now for about 4 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 4 minutes. I love Alexa for this.
Starting now.
Check back over here on my grits. They're still nice, they're creamy. Sometimes these eggs will lay on the bottom and they'll stick a little, so you might want to come in and kind of give them a little nudge. Poached eggs are not hard. You don't have to do the swirling water bath. I could have cooked them in a little net if I had wanted, just set the net down in the little strainer nets into the water. That would be easy as well if you've got one of those. I've got a slotted spoon, so that's what I'm going to use. So I could have done the grits in the microwave. That's not cheating. It's fast. It's great. It's a great alternative to cooking them on the stove, and then you don't get your fingers splashed either. Tell me how you feel about grits. I really do like grits. If you like polenta, it's about the same thing. Just prepared maybe a little bit differently or used differently in the final meal, but almost the same thing. How do you like your grits cooked? Plenty of time for those last few grits that I added to sit in here and absorb some of the liquid. So I wasn't really worried about the cooking time. Alexa, stop. All right. One thing you do want to do when you cook grits, you want to immediately put the pan in the sink and run some water in it. Otherwise, you will be scrubbing pretty bad. This is boiling. I'm going to turn it off. The timer went off. This egg went in first. Kind of tilt it, lean it. Get as much excess water off of it as possible. Place it back there on my grits. Got another egg. So there will be some water caught on the top of these eggs. Just tilt it, get that water to run off. And I realized I didn't put any butter in my grits like I said I was, but whoop, not a disaster. I'll flip it back onto my spoon. Nice. All right, so let's move back over to the garnish. And you know, I may put a little bit more cheese on this just because. That's probably plenty. So we're gonna drop some pico and a little green onion on this and then call it a morning. So there's one way to dress it. If you would like, you could just instead do a little green onion on top, or maybe a little bit of both. Just depends on how you're feeling. I am going to do both. Just that little bit of pico is going to give it some brightness and some freshness from that lime and the tomatoes and the onion. Give it a little crunch. There you go. Cheese grits with poached eggs. That's just another way you can use some of our salsas and our queso. I could go ahead and put a little bit more salsa on this if I wanted, but I think we've dressed it out just enough. Let me change the camera view and I'll give you a little taste test. All right, let's taste this yummy looking breakfast. And we'll give the grits a taste first. They're creamy, they're cheesy, they've got that green chili serrano heat, just perfect. I want to get you guys in here while I cut these eggs, but I've only got one camera today. So let me take a little bite with some these notorious huge bites. That's delicious. I'm gonna get a shot of this egg. All right, so here is that delicious egg. Phenomenal, easy. If you did it in the microwave for the grits, it would be even faster. You guys, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're going to be doing a lot more of this. You can see how easy it is to fix a really gourmet breakfast. I have some whining dogs in the background. They know that the food is ready, and they're always begging. But I'm so glad you joined me today. Hit me up in the comments. Tell me how you fix your grits, or if you've got some ideas on how to use our salsa. We love to hear about all the different ways that it's being used. So you guys have a great day. See you in the next video.